Hi everyone, welcome to today's class. Today we're going to see Business Marketing Unit 5. Okay, so let's get into the video now. The first heading is Business Communication. What do you mean by business communication? A communication between one person to communication means it is a conveying words or conveying anything from one person to another person. So communication between in a business means from a buyer to seller, from the communication marketing agents like that. So this is the business communications way. So before that we have to know the word communication, mainly known as, it is in a Latin word, okay, communicator, so which means to share or participate, so which is the process by which we exchange a meaning, facts, ideas, opinion and emotions with the other people. So it is the art of exchanging opinions, thoughts, facts, ideas in the manner so that the person at the other receives and understands the subject's matter involved clearly and perceives it in the same way. So it was intended by the sender. Okay. So next one is a definition. So communication defined by mainly the communication is a process by which information is transmitted between individuals or organization so that it results in an understanding responses. Okay. So then objectives. So before that we have to know what is business communication. So this is ability of group of individuals to speak the same language internally or externally toward the business promotions. So in this communication is one of the most important tool for an organization between its employees and management team. So it is a crucial to business growth, must reflect a common goal towards which every member of organization is working. So this common goal gets permitted into every employee role through set of communication like vision, mission, business objectives, financial goals, etc. So thus it is a parameter paramount about the importance to comprehend the real contribution of business communication to the organizational growth. So this is understanding will pave the way to groom oneself on the various aspects of communication, making it an effective one in a longer run. Okay. So the next one is objectives of business communication. So what are the objectives means? First one is to provide the right information to the right person. This is correct. In a business, they need to provide the right information only. For example, if a buyer and seller are trying to maintaining or trying to selling something, okay, so they are planning to sell something. So intermediary, someone told the selling company to the buying company, okay, some person told to the buying company that they are not interested to sell you. So if it is a false information also, they will believe, then they will move on to next seller. So that the information should be right information to be in a right person at a right time, so the business processes are on track at all points of time. So then to seek as well as offer advice to the needy at the right time in the right manner to so business process continue in a hassle free manner. So by this to counsel people on an issue that will enable smooth flow of activities. So through positive relationships to issue the right kinds of instructions to appropriate level of management. So then to emphasize discipline and system approach across all levels in the organization. Then foster upward communication which contributes in improving the moral levels of employees. So across all levels in the organizations. Okay. So by this to keep all concerned parties well informed about the organizational policies and principles. So by this will motivate every employee to participate in the development activities aimed towards achieving a business objectives. Okay. The next one is importance of business communication. So importance means this is an indispensable component of all management functions. So by this it has a motivating, supervising, directing, planning all require effective communication. So by this link superior to subordinates and for foster mutual understanding among them. So it is two-way communication system. This stimulates initiative and creativity among the subordinates. So by this the effective business communication eliminate the possibility of misunderstanding, thereby the leading to job satisfaction and increased morale of employees and result in sound human relations within an organization. So by this the effective communication is necessary to build meaningful relationship. between a management and workers. So by this communication helps in maintaining public relations by creating and projecting a positive image of the organization to the customers, government, suppliers. So by this, it aids in motivating the employees and boosting their morale by fostering a positive attitude and inspiring people in an organization. Business communication is imperative for effective decision making. Okay. Then next we move on to communication process. So you see, communication process means it is a systematic and continuous process of telling, listening, understanding. Okay, so which involves a sender transmission of a message through a selected channels, which is medium or a receiver. So this is two-way communication process, which is concerned with the sharing, understanding information in an effective manner. Okay, so by this is the communication process. The first one, see, the first one is a sender. Okay, the source will be in from a sender only. They will give a message like encoding, and the receiver will get that. After that, after God, he will give the feedback about that. Then he will decode that. Okay, so this is the thing. Then first, in this first one is a sender means this is the origin of this idea message. Okay, so it may be individual or a group. The sender conceives the idea, prepares and messages, selected the channels and transmits the message to the receivers. And the next one is a message. So it is a signal. Okay, signal which triggers a response from a receiver. So it may be a verbal, written, spoke, non-verbal, body language, silence, appearance, sound, sign, like that. Okay, so then encoding, what is encoding means, they will translate an idea into a message to be appropriate for transmission of sender is called a encoding. Okay, sender, for a sender is called encoding, for a receiver is called a decoding. So by this, while encoding a message, one must consider what contents to include. So how will the receiver interpret, how it may affect one's relationship. So that this is all encoding. And the next one is a receiver. Sorry, I forgot to include one thing, channel. Okay, so by this channel, so mainly after encoding, main thing is a channel. So which means, so this refers to means through which the message travels from a sender to receivers. So this channel may be mass media such as a TV, newspaper, radio, interpersonal channel, which is telephone, email, correspondence, etc. So this is a selection of channel which depends upon the message to be communicated and the importance of the message and number of receivers, availability of channels and cost effective of channels. Okay. So the next one is a receiver. So it may be an individual or a group individual for whom the message is intended. So by this, okay. The next one is a decoding. So it refers a process through a receiver translate the encoded messages like a symbols. So whether he understands or not, he need to tell that receiver sender. Okay. So by this, they need to understand it and interpret it from certain meanings. And the next one is a feedback. So it is a reaction or a response of a receiver to a message sent to the sender. Okay, so the response can be based on a clear interpretation of a message or on misunderstood or misinterpreted messages. Okay, so by this, actually this is fun. See the image first. Okay, the first one is a sender, second one is a message, third one is encoding. For that, fourth you have to include the communication, fifth receiver, sixth is decoding, after that only the feedback. Okay, so this is the communication process. If you cannot understand this diagram means, you can go through the material which I have given. Okay, so in that also you have to include the channel. Okay, between the between the encoding and the receiver. So under business communication, the next one is the features of communication. Okay, so by the what are the features? The first one is a science. So why communication is a science? Because it is basically more of a science than just a more skill set. Okay, so by this effective communication skill, which involves psychology. Okay, psychology means deals with personality, attitudes, temperament, perception levels and persuasion skills. So in anthropology means which aspects deals with the body language, so which plays a crucial role in effective communication. Sociology means deal with a large number of diversified population and their opinions. Okay, this is sociology. So by this, the next one is a communication is a give and take process. So why it is a give and take process? If it is seller and buyer making the communication means, for a seller, from the buyer will get the materials from the seller. So for the materials, the seller will get the material, seller will get the amount, which the total cost from the buyer. So this is a give and take process. So by this, the communication is effective only when it is understood in the appropriate manner. So by this, if I try to say something means, you have to understand and reply well. So if you didn't understand well, you can't reply that too. So this is the main thing, give and take process. So it can be referred in a two-way process. Both the way, namely conveying or receiving, is a perfect. And the next one is a successful. So common goal makes communication successful. Why it is common goal means, this communication becomes highly effective when goals target to be achieved or clearly understood by both the communicator and the receivers. So thus, communication is termed as a global oriented process when it comes to the organization management. Okay. Then the next one is an active process. So an active process means it is an active process that changes with a changing environment and mindset of a people. And the next one is communication has no boundaries. So this is typical business scenario. So by which this does not have any boundaries or limits. So by this, the communication prevails at the lower levels in the organization as much as it is spread across middle and top management levels. And the next one is it is incomplete without a receiver. So by this communication require at least two human beings. Okay, the two people involved in a communication means communicator and the receiver. So without a receiver, nothing gets communicated by the communicator. And the next one is communication elicits reaction and responses. So by this communication is one that elicits appropriate reaction and responses in people at receiving end. So when the communicator has effective persuasion skills, the receiver gets influenced, eliciting a desired response. A good communicator is one who is able to deliver the information sought by the receivers. Then it is a multiple process. So why it is multiple means, there are different types of communication, so which is carried out for achieving various kinds of purposes. So by this, while some communication aim at solving problem, some are carried out to enable uninterrupted workflow. So by this communication is used as a tool to share the information as well as the purpose of socializing. Okay. Then the final one means communication happens in multifold way. So which it is that aspects of sharing information which does not depend on any single medium. Okay. For instance, this communication does not solely depend on expressions. So through words in a oral, a written form alone. So the gestures we make, the symbols we use to communicate certain ideas or facts. So the sign language used to show emotions. So these are the part of communication which many a time sign symbols and gestures communications. The next one is contribution of effective business communication to the organizational goal. So how much the contribution is, the how the contribution will be. So by this, the first one we're going to see boost morale and acts as a motivator. So why means the strong communication skill act as a morale boosters. So by this, the typical business environment, this organization with the people who have good communication skill force and the best climate for business activities. So by this, the business prosperity in every possible manners. Okay. The second one is rapid advancement in terms of technology. So which is effective communication skill act as a direct pointers to technological advancements. So be it in the understanding the technologically and introducing the same business environment. By this, effective communication skill is of paramount importance. Then the third one is handling the labor force in an effective manner. So by this, when it comes to a typical industrial scenario, the handling labor in the satisfying manner, conflict management. So through the effective communication skills, so which becomes the mandatory. So this effective communication skills act as a basis of negotiation skills, convincing skills, which in turn help an organization to handle trade union demands and conflicts in a professional manner. And then fourth one is handling relationship in a matured manner. So which means effective communication skill helps in a managing relationship in a friendly and successful manner. So be it peer to peer communication to the top to bottom interactions. So by this, which appropriate skill gets related to the communication help in fostering relationship in an organizations. Okay. And the next one is understanding the behavioral psychology aspects of humans. So by this, this effective communication skill helps employees as well as the management team to understand each other. So when people are handled based on their behavior capabilities, this psychological aspects the interactions outputs from the same as developmental. And the next one is customer handling and branding activities. So in today's competitive business environment, this organization development depends mainly on a effective of branding marketing activities. So by this, all organization with astonishing communication skills succeed in reaching to their customers through their marketing communication skills. And the next one is maintaining effective people relations. So this communication plays a crucial role in maintaining public relations because it encompasses interaction with vendors, government agencies, suppliers, and many other groups so that are involved in a business activities. Okay. And the next which we're gonna see is modes of communication. So modes of communication mainly known as the communication between a people, okay, which can take place through the different means. So what are the ways, what are the modes they are communicating? So, okay, this is the main thing. So by this this is a basic means of communication or verbal and non-verbal. Okay, so in verbal it will be in a oral or written format. Okay, non-verbal means it is a sign language or a body language. So sign language under non-verbal means it can be further divided into audio and visual signs. Okay, so the term visual communication refers to all communication that uses words to express what people want to express. So by this, the verbal communication can be either in a spoke or written form. So while non-verbal communication refers the communication that takes place through use of body language and audio and visual signals. Okay. So next one is the channel communication. So this channel communication mainly known as different channels. So which are formal and informal. Okay. In this formal means as the name represent, so takes place between a superior so and their reporting staff in organization or organization its customers in a formal manner. So this formal communication involves fixed standards guidelines which have to followed in order to communicate a message. Okay. And the next one is informal. Okay, so by this informal means which has no fixed standards or guidelines but it happens in a haphazard manner, which haphazard means it's a continuous manner. So which is informal communication prevails more in the middle and lower rings of the organizations. Okay, the next one is types of communication. What are the types of communication? So based on the communication there are a flow of communication which can be divided three types. Okay, so by this there are upward downward communication and horizontal communication. And the first one is a upward communication. So upward communication means it is in a concept of new age management. Okay, and is also termed as upstream communication when the employees down below are able to communicate their grievance or a complaints to their higher ups means it is a term of upward communication. And horizontal communication means it can be said to backbone organization, so which is termed as a lateral communication. This type of communication happens between head of the department who are in a decision making capacities. Okay, the next one is a downward communication. Downward communication means which happens from a top level to bottom level employees. So in this policy changes from time to time, modifications in strategies, other employee related communication falls in this category. Okay, the next one is a business communication training program. So this is admin posted in a communication, this is in 2017 August 17. Okay, so what it has said means if there is a one skill that you need to build if you want to become a leader means it is a communication. So what are the important role of this business communication based on this? Okay, so important roles means you are a part of meeting, so you want to express your opinions or views or ideas. So you may have a brilliant ideas but if it does not can communicate it well in this session they'll become effective. Okay, so they become ineffective. So there are a lot of times when your leaders ask for a suggestions, new ideas, or remember these are the moments when you portray that you are ready for a next level. But if your communication skills are not desired level, you do not come across a future leader who will able to lead the team. So you are expected to represent your organization for a sales meeting or a client visit. So you back out assignment. These opportunities propel your growth, but the lack of a skill holds to you back. So although there are many categories of training and ideal business communication, so not only works on improving your expressive skills, but also helps you with the steps. So which will you help structure your ideas better. So in this, the first one is the benefits. Under this benefits, business communication benefits. First one is the team building. So team building means this is a good communication is the most important thing. So to build a team, so that can make a project successful. So by this, the healthy interaction between a team members is important to build a efficient team. And the next second one is improved employee satisfaction and morale. So by this training provides a supportive workplace for our employees to boost up their confidence and morale. So having good hold over the communication by successfully facing all the challenges in the training period makes you feel satisfied towards a job. And the next one is addressing weakness. Addressing weakness means most of the employees have some weakness in their skills. So but with the business communication training program, you can hold back your instabilities and move forward with confidence and goals. And the next one is consistency. So this is a training program, okay, which provides consistency in your work. So all the employees need to be reliable for the particular organizations. And the next one is overall personality development. So which means this is a training program which offers overall personality development by enriching the communication skills. So this healthy communication among team members create a positive impact on the projects and overall organization. So by this having a strong and successful training strategy which helps in overall department as an individual. So if you are looking for the best business communication training program which provide can prove out the best option for you. So by this the next one is a when the next one is improving your business communication skills. How you can improve your skills. So based on this, you know that communication skills are essential to rise the top in a business. So without communication skills can end it you among the peers and raise your value among your superiors, so which can cause you to be admired among those subordinates to you. So how you can develop them to meet your true potential. So by this these are helpful tips for improving a business communication skills. Okay, so under this the first one is practicing your listening skills and paying attention skills too. Sorry for the change. Okay, so the first one is a practice your listening skills. So and you're paying attention skills too. Okay, so listening requires a bit more than not talking while someone talks. So when others are speaking, are you really listening? So we often confuse listening with a being quiet. So but just because you are not talking while others are talking doesn't mean you are really listening. So learn to turn off your own internal dialogues. So truly tune into what others are saying. If often helps to repeat you have heard, so that you know you are paying attention and they know it too. Okay, the next one is collaborate, don't dictate. Okay, so collaborate means lectures, monologues and ramblings do not belong to business communication. If you find you are speaking more than a few moments, so except when giving a presentation or a leading demonstration, stop. Okay, so simplify what you are trying to say as much as possible. So allow others to offer their input on the issue. So based on this communication is about to give and take, not dictating how things are going to be. So how you think that you should be. And the next one is pay attention how you spent your leisure time. Okay, so you probably didn't expect this to be the first list. Okay, what what do the TV shows you watch, what the things you read, what your hobbies have to do in this business communication? Well, the answer is the first they have the potential to expose you to perspective and important current events that help you grow your business intelligence. So which is odds or people who watch and hour reality televisions daily aren't going to be capable of carrying a business oriented conversations. So as well as those who spend their free time reading business journals and networking with the successful mentors. And the next one is invest in right communication, collaboration tools. So if you are probably depending on an email or social media for a communication, you are probably receiving a lot of useless, okay, redundant information, perhaps missing out the most important conversation. So by this you have to collaborative tool like, okay, that the idea way streamline communications, so which collaborate on important projects, build meaningful business relationship. And the next one is don't wait too long to bring your sensitive issues. So because allowing a situation to build fester into a recipe for the breakdown in the communication, so it's much easier, effective, more professional to address an issue as soon as it pops up. So while it's still in its infancy, than to wait until it grows into a big, ugly, angry monster. So, most of the time, the quick, direct discussion can resolve any interpersonal professional issues without negatively affecting the relationships. Okay, and the next one is learn to have and use a good people memory. So, dedicating time, energy toward remembering important bits and pieces of your co workers' lives, so which can pay off big time. Okay, so by this, is it a better to approach her with a problem later in the afternoon means this prefers to pick up a breakfast, or is more biscuits like that. This is an example. Okay, if you want you can search out your material too. And the next one is industrial advertising. Okay, so industrial advertising, mainly known as, this is a popular terminology used for industrial advertising, is a business to business. So this type of advertising generally includes company advertising. So this product services for the companies which actually uses same or similar products or a service to the companies. It should produce a products which the company needs for its productions or a functions. Okay, for example, okay, some mineral water companies which work on a small scales outsource for the packaging, bottles, caps, and the cover name printed on it. Okay, so for this advertisement of the manufacture of a bottle, cap, outer packaging, paper can be work. So for a smaller to smaller, larger of all. Okay, so every company has to do industrial advertising. For example, if a company is making a coffee powder, so it will sell it a powder to a distributor, who in turn will sell to the retailers and wholesalers, to the big companies who has a coffee machines for the employees. So thus companies have manufacturing a product can be advertised to the other companies, like raw material, machineries used by the other companies, spare parts of the machines, so which makes it work. So then next one is a role of industrial advertising. What are the role they are playing? Okay, so which minimize hunt for buyers. Okay, so by giving advertisement, the buyer, if they are interested, the buyer will come and get you if they are interested. Okay, if they are catchy, or if you give advertisement by the catchy words, if you impress them means they will hunt for a buyer. There is no hunt for the buyers. And next one is which helps in increasing sales of a company. So once the advertising going well, once the buyers are getting more products from you means, it will make your sales increase. So then making more and more distribution channels. If your company or a office or the production or a sales or like that, if the company is going run well means, you will start a franchise, so that it will get a more and more distribution channels. So it makes company work more efficiently. And then finally it creates awareness among the customers to other companies about the products and services. Okay, and the next one is a process of industrial advertising. So which means this strategy is used in industrial advertising, different from a company to company, as different companies have a different products to be advertised. So a single rule cannot work for the company's advertisements, but the basic process which can lead to a successful advertisement, so which is knowing the objectives of advertising. So by this identifying target markets, researching about the market conditions and the competitors, creating to ad to be delivered, and selecting media to be used, what should be the budget allotted, and execution of the advertisement, so getting the feedbacks from the customers. And the next one is media types and what are the media types they are using. So by this, the first one is the media generally used in industrial advertisement in the print media and direct industrial. So by this the industrial media, known as, it is a visual image of a ad, should be very sharp and prominent. So the ad should be impressive to the readers, get attracted towards reading it. So which is highlight should be in a service and or a product offered and not source by which is being offered. So let the ad be simple to read with no difficult fonts. So the picture shown should not be irrelevant with the products. Okay, the ad should reflect the company's image. Then the ad should be in a logical sequence if it is two or more pages. So then headline should be catchy and suiting the product image. And lastly, at the bottom of the page, the company name, address, phone number of a respected office should be mentioned clearly without a fail. Okay, so by this, the next one is improving your business communication skills. The skills which are mainly known as the follows. Okay, so by this we have to know, before that we have to know the direct marketing. Okay, in this direct marketing, which includes direct mail, telephonic advertising, online advertising. In direct mails, they will text in a newspaper, data sheet, brochures, okay, like that. So telephonic advertising means they're done by calling a customer or with a telephone, giving messages and mobile phones, like that. Online advertising means includes companies sending emails to the customers with other companies enclosing information about the products and services, which is putting online banners, providing e-shopping options. So by this, the advertisers also use other ways for promoting their products, like participating in a trade shows or trade expos or fairs. This thing we already, okay, okay. Oh, how the communication will be is okay. In direct mail, telephonic advertising. After that, online advertising we already seen. After that, the sales promotion and trade shows. By this, a promotional already we saw the need for promotion. And the next one is trade shows or exhibitions. Okay, so trade shows or exhibition means which present the manufacturer an occasion, okay, to exhibit the demonstrate their products to a large number of customers in a short period of time. So they are the second most important promotional activity for industrial marketers after personal selling. Trade shows are generally organized by the trade associations, which is annually at a particular location at a some exhibition, where in companies lease some space to the display demonstrate their products. Okay, so by this, the next one is a meaning we already know. Then definitions. So definition means an exhibition for a companies in a specific industry to showcase or demonstrate the new products or services. So which is trade shows are not open to public, which can not only by attended by a company representative or members of press. So which is also exhibition of a business offering franchise, business opportunity package for a sales. And the advantages means one-to-one contact. Okay, it will be in a one-to-one contact, which is occasion to sell the products to the customers directly, okay, with no intermediary. Then it will be build the database of customers and building goodwill, a relationship between a buyers, and demonstrating non portable or a bulky equipment. They won't demonstrate. They will discover new innovative products. Okay, then opportunity to get a new product ideas and a good break for newly joined salesperson. Okay, then generating leads for a business. Then next one is the disadvantages. Disadvantages is mainly known as one of the expensive form of promotion. So if they need to show off or exemptions means they need to provide some uh, rent, okay, for the shops. So it will be expensive, and it is difficult to identify the potential customers among the huge audiences. Then finally, pulling or attracting the customer to visit one place is very difficult. And the trade show often provides, what are the trade show they will often provides means exhibit space, workshops, presentation opportunities, and evening network events, private exhibitions, award presentations, like that. These are the exhibitions. Then so by this, so what are the trade shows by this exhibitor means both space rental and design promotional cost, marketing material specific to the event, samples, like that. Okay, and samples, what are the samples means they are free or charged offerings given to the prospective buyers as a part of product development program. So by this, the samples are used to mostly make an entry to the prospective customer place. Okay, so after buyer satisfied with the sample, he will move on to the get the products originally. And the next one is promotional letters. So this is one of the which effective form of promotion where the personalized letter are sent to an individual customers along with the catalogs. So one the coupon giving technical specification with the about the existing and new products which are to be launched. So letters to customers to regulate regular periods in a good way of keeping in touch with them, particularly in a case of products that are purchased infrequently. And the next one is sales contest. Sale contest means there are various sales contests that are held by the different industrial organization. So in order to boost the morale for their employees in other mediated. So by this, depending on amount of sales generated employees, the dealers are offered incentives in the form of cash prizes. So gifts and foreign trips. Okay. The next one is the seminars. Seminars means these are conducted by the industrial marketers by making audio visual presentation like a PPT. So this seminar is followed by a question and answer session for the benefit of buying organization where the technical information is provided to them relating to the natural of activity. And the next one, promotional novelties. So these are small gift items. So which given by the company to the existing potential customers with a company name or a logo printed on it. So by this the common promotional novelties include diary, keychain, calendar, pen, bags, etc. So this should be generally inexpensive. Okay. Then exhibitors. Okay, exhibitors means I already said what is exhibitors. Then attendees. So in other hand, they are still have expenses. Okay, so they have a fraction what they cost. So they need to pay attendees fees, travel, accommodation for the staff to attendance. So for the reason, small companies offer simply attend to show or a network with a captive exhibitors. And then finally catalogs. So these are printed from form in the direct marketing promotional tools used by the industrial marketers to provide the information about the products, especially if they have a long product lines with the different shapes, size, other features. Okay, so by this this class is over. We'll see you on in the next class with the next topic. Until, take care and please be safe, stay at home. Thank you.